Only days after launching one of the only Bitcoin ETFs to make it past U.S. regulators, Valkyrie Investments is testing the SEC's grip on crypto yet once again, filing a Valkyrie XBTO levered BTC futures, which offers investors 1.25x exposure to the Bitcoin reference rate. Joining us now to discuss is Sean Rooney, head of research at Valkyrie Investments. Hello there, Sean. So perhaps you could walk us through this product you're launching and how it's different from the Bitcoin futures ETF that was launched last week.
To be really straightforward with you, I can't comment on a pending filing with the SEC. Just exciting that whether it's us or anybody else, that there's growing opportunity in the space.
Fair enough. And what is pretty astonishing, though, is how quick to the bat you are in making this filing. Is it a way to, do you think that the SEC is loosening its grip on crypto as an industry?
Well, we're seeing more and more products that are coming to the market, and so that's obviously a good sign in that regard. But for the most part, I'm just excited about the Bitcoin markets right now and how healthy they seem, and a lot of the fundamental stuff that's going on to spur the current price action.
Mm-hmm. Well, taking a look at the Bitcoin futures that have been released, with pro shares, they've seen a premium of up to 20%. Does that make sense, though, for investors? Or what would you say? Tell me a bit about, what kind of investors this would make sense for.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm, I don't want to let you down here, but as far as just the futures is one of our holdings. And so there's just, I can't zoom in too much on that stuff, but with regards to the broader Bitcoin market, we're just really excited about what Bitcoin has become one of the most transparent assets of all time. So on my side of things, I live mostly on chain and analyze what's going on there, and I'm mostly really excited that the BTC supply that's held on exchanges is quite low. I think it's at over a 3-year low. User growth is up. Lightning network capacity and channel growth is at all-time highs. And so this supply shock that traders and analysts are talking about is certainly in play right now.
Sure. Well, maybe we can go into your Bitcoin outlook. We're seeing, as I mentioned before, prices are coming down from all-time highs the previous week, just under $67,000. Where do you see it headed by the end of the year?
It's really exciting, and I think just from experience from 2017, that most of my predictions back then, the price of Bitcoin blew straight through it. So I am thinking that as soon as we maybe flush out a little bit of the leverage that's in the offshore markets right now, that 85 would be a nice next stop for us, and I'm quite hopeful that towards the end of the year we might even get up over 100,000.
What would you say about competition? We're hearing record highs reached by, of all things, Sheepcoin as well as Solana. Will that interfere with Bitcoin's rise?
I don't think so. I think that, each one of these protocols and projects has to carve out their own narrative and their own path, and what value they're going to provide in the near term and in the long term for humanity. And so, Bitcoin has obviously emerged as for a number of reasons, a store of value and a hedge against geopolitical uncertainty, whereas some of these other projects are community-driven, or a lot of the layer one protocols have more to do with the growing DeFi industry. And so I think that there will be rotation as the markets get more and more volatile. I think towards the end of the last cycle 4 years ago, we started to see a lot of volatility in both directions. But Specifically with regards to Bitcoin, I think that the trend is up, and I don't think it's going to stop at the end of this year.
Inflation is becoming less transitory, according to the Fed. And I wonder about Bitcoin's use as an inflation hedge. Do you think that a lot of investors are looking to Bitcoin?
I think it is definitely becoming a more important part of the conversation as it's getting harder and harder to ignore the costs of things like food and gas, and commodities are soaring, and a clogged global supply chain is only further exacerbating the problem. So, on the heels of COVID, we've seen signs of spiking in places where weather is turning cold, and the specter of additional lockdowns are a potential right now. We just had China talk about 2 days ago, talk about another uptick in COVID. So we'll see how everybody handles that moving forward, and what impact that has on furthering the inflation we've already seen to this point.
All right. I do have just one tweet I want to bring up with you. I'm not sure, what you can comment on this, but so we have Grayscale CEO Michael Sunshine tweeting that since October of 19th, ProShares' launch day for their Bitcoin Futures ETF, BITO is down about 0.5%, and while GBTC is up over 8%. Is a trust still a better investment for institutions than a Bitcoin futures?
Well, there's certainly a lot of different types of trusts that you can invest in. I would say that it is very difficult. It's with if there's volatility with a discount or a premium to NAV within a product, it probably makes it a little bit difficult, where you're going to have times of outperformance against other funds, and then at other times, obviously, if you're running at a discount, then there's you can definitely underperform the market as well.